history of the line and the equipment rather than what you see out the window. This trip in particular will be approximately a 55-minute experience and includes 15 to 20 minutes of travel in each direction on the 3 miles of track donated to us by the Southern Railway, and a 20 to 25-minute layover in East Chattanooga, where we'll have a demonstration of our turntable as we spin the locomotive around 180 degrees for the return trip to Grand Junction. You're riding on one of the first railroads into Chattanooga today. This line was completed in 1859 by the East Tennessee and Georgia Railroad. The ET&G would merge with a number of other railroads over time to eventually become the famous Southern Railway in 1894. The Southern would continue to use this 3-mile stretch of track until they abandoned it in the 1950s for reasons I'll explain later in our journey. They built a new line to the north, which you saw behind Grand Junction Station, and that line is still used today by the Southern Railway successor, the Norfolk Southern Corporation. Then, of course, after they abandoned this line, they would donate the 3 miles to us here at the museum, and we've been running on it to this day. To the left of our train, you'll see a gravel road. That gravel road is the roadbed for the original 1859 right-of-way. The line was elevated to its current height and position in the first decade of the 20th century by the Southern Railway due to numerous occasions of flooding. We're now crossing our first bridge over South Chickamauga Creek. In the water below, you may spot some turtles, river otters, or geese. To the left, there is a set of stone piers. Those stone piers mark the side of the original bridge. On top of those stone piers would have been a wooden decking that the rails would have run on. The original bridge in that location was made entirely of stone, in 1858, dedicated in 1859, and was excavated entirely by pick and shovel, as dynamite was not invented until 1867. So I guess you could say it went off without a bang. This tunnel was excavated from both ends of the ridge, meeting in the middle. When returning to the train, please return to the same car and seat you're in at this time. So please take note of which car you're riding in. It should correspond to your wristband color. And then depending on the car, if you look above the windows or up on the back tracks, you will find your seat. The man in the box. But don't worry, if we ever do lose power out here for a storm or anything, we actually do have to turn it by hand. Now, but the way we were able to turn it by hand, the way we're still able to turn it by motor still today, is by ensuring the table is balanced. As the locomotive gets centered on the table here, if you keep an eye on the far end of the table, down here where I'll be at, you'll see it drop by just a few inches. When it drops, we know the table is balanced. So when it drops, you stop. The locomotive pulling our train today is the Southern Railway 630. It was built in 1904 by the American Locomotive Company at the Richmond Works. At 117 years old, it is the oldest operating piece of equipment we have in our collection. It was built for the Southern Railway as a mainline freight locomotive, and it pulled freight for this for many decades before it was retired and sold off to the East Tennessee and Western North Carolina Railway. It pulled freight for them for a number of years before being retired, and then again reacquired by the Southern Railway for use on their Southern Railway Steam Excursion program beginning in the 60s. 90 PSI. So the power level that throttle, that steam is channeled down into these large cylinders you see on the front of the engine here. In those cylinders is a large piston the steam is pushing on either side of. Those pistons are connected to the rods you see on the side of the engine, and those rods are connected to the driving wheel. So as the piston is being moved in and out, it is rotating those rods, therefore turning the driving wheels and propelling the locomotive. After that steam has been used, it mixes with the hot gases in the smoke box here at the front of the locomotive and then shoots up and out the stack. And that exhausting steam is what creates the chugging on. Without him, this locomotive would not be going anywhere, so make sure you do give him a wave as well. Well, you can't hear behind the engine. A lot of you have probably seen our equipment before, not even realizing it. We are very often involved in music videos and film production. For example, in the past, we've worked with both John and Cash and Josh Turner in music videos filmed involving our equipment. And film, such as our Silver Scow with Jake Gyllenhaal and Laura Dern, other names include Clooney, Monica Elephant, and Robert Pattinson, and Reese Witherspoon, and most recently, 42 with Chadwick Boseman and Harrison Ford. The last 3 of those movies I mentioned also being partially filmed on property here. We're also frequently involved in documentaries and children's shows filming episodes as well. You may have noticed our train still sits on track 1, but our speedline locomotive...
You want A, hold your breath, you know, B, make a wish.
Do you want me to shine a light?
C, A, and B, or
Sure. You make a movie?
Sure.
Well, if you make a wish, get those Christmas wishes in early. Make those half gone, we'll get up here before you know it. Here we are, everybody. Tunnel time in Tennessee, everybody. It's the tunnel. Tunnel time in Tennessee. Hey, JoJo, just scared of the dark. Close your eyes. Wow.